Social get disobedience, turn their hearts to stone. Rejected the truth, lost in the zone. Now they're paying rent in Hades' bone home. Both crackheads, no shelter in the night.
Good morning.
The world gates that eternal fright. Denials echo through tolerant flight. Only face facts.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Lightning crack, no way back. Lost souls on brimstone track. Ignorance, gotta pay the toll. Zeus truth or face the dole. Charon's boat,
Jesus Christ.
to float. Whales of the foolish on the
Here we go. Jesus Christ. All right, I think we're getting...
Eternal chains, no antidote. Gods convene.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Demigods whisper, lost souls scream. Follow the path or drown in the stream. Zeus' wrath, a cruel dream. Strings of torment echo or drown in the stream. Zeus' wrath, a cruel dream. Strings of torment echo or drown in the stream. Zeus' wrath, a cruel dream. Strings of torment echo or drown in the stream. Zeus' wrath, a cruel dream. Strings of torment echo can grow.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Hearts to stone, rejected the truth, lost in another in Hades' bone.
How are you all doing?
Crackheads, no shelter in the night. Underworld gates that eternal fright. Denials echo through
TikTok always glitching.
only face facts could have saved their plight. Lightning crack, no way.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
On brimstone track.
I'm back.
Ignorance, gotta pay the toll.
Gotta pay the toll.
Truth or face the dole. Charon's boats too full to float.
Happy Friday, my brother Lil Hawk. What's going on, champ?
Denied Olympian, decree nothing tote. Eternal chains, no antidote. Gods convene, truth unseen.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Whisper, lost souls
Jeez.
scream. Follow the path or drown in the stream. Zeus' wrath.
Oh, today is your birthday? Okay, happy birthday.
Torment, echo loud. Lost in sulfur,
Jesus Christ.
proud. Zeus
For some reason, it takes TikTok a while to get warmed up.
their fates avowed.
Hello, Ginger. Good morning to you as well. I tell you something, this app always glitches for me. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my goodness.
Convene,
No way back.
lost souls on brimstone track.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we gotta do?
The toll, or face the dole. Charon's boats too full to float. Or face the dole. Charon's boats too full to float. Or face the dole. Charon's boats too full to float. Antidote.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, how are you all doing today? Welcome to the show once again. You know what we are about to do. We are in the Thunderdome. I am your host. I am your pilot, and you know exactly why we are here. But before we get started, you know what we must do. Let's take care of some housekeeping items. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I'm honest. The second H is because I'm humble. And the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you've guessed it. I am and will always remain the most handsome. All right? You know exactly why we are here. We gotta deal with what's going on out here in the real world. Normally I say what we do is we hold our friends on the right accountable. I normally say that, but I said, you know what? I got to do something different. What we're going to be focusing on here is getting back on track. You guys are right. We got to get back on track. All right. So lessons, we got to talk about mistakes made, lessons learned, and path forward. All right. And this path forward means we have to grow the party, the Democrat Party. All right. In order to become winners. And don't we all want to be winners? Don't you all want to be winners? I know I want to be a winner. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, Cece, the beautiful Cece. How are you doing, my friend? All right. I will be once again engaging in conversations with anyone. Actually, there's no line in the sand. But I want to make this crystal clear. My values, they haven't changed. If you're being a bad person, you know what I got over here for you? If you're being a bad person, I got the lake of fire. It's still there and it's ready to get down and dirty and get straight into it. All right. So, what happened to Fonnie Willis? Great question. All right. Well, listen, I'll answer any of those questions. All right. But the main thing is, you know what's at the top of the menu. We need to get this country back on track. We're going to get this country back on track. I see the comment. What happened to Jack Smith? To be quite honest, do you want me to be honest what happened to Jack Smith, or do you want me to give it to you the way Zeus wants to give it to you? Which one? You want me to be honest about what happened to Jack Smith, or do you want me to give it to you the way Zeus wants to give it to you? Please let Zeus know. All right. All right, I'll be honest, all right, because I'm Triple H. Jack Smith, from what I heard, is winding down those court cases. We don't know what that means exactly. We don't know if that might mean it's going to be just dismissed outright. We don't know if it means it's going to be paused and suspended, and then when Trump's out of office, then they bring it back. We don't know, all right? But, we know one thing, it's not moving forward right now because guess what? Donald J. Trump is president-elect. So yes, but that doesn't mean those co-conspirators, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Maybe some of those co-conspirators, they might end up in a lot of legal trouble. You just never know. All right, so we are going to get today's show started. We do have some content. What are you looking at me? We do have some content to get through. All right. Couple things is, Morning Joe, one of my great sources, he did put things in perspective for me in terms of, how we should be looking at this election, this previous election where Trump and the Republicans won. I mean, and let's be honest. Did they win? Coco Nurse, thank you for the subscription. Did they win? They won. So we're going to listen to a little bit of what Morning Joe has to say, and then I'm going to get into some reactions to Donald Trump's presidency, which I believe hit home. They hit home, all right? And so listen, let's get into this, and then I'll go into the box and talk to some of those who have questions for Big Zeus. So don't worry.
For people that are thinking, they always see
hold on.
The election that was most recently held as the end of history. And we've seen it time and time again.
Right.
I just want to go over this again. In 2004, Republicans won. Karl Rove declared a permanent majority. 2 years later, Nancy Pelosi was elected the first woman Speaker of the House. Democrats took charge. 2008,
Love you too.
Barack Obama is elected in the Hope and Change election, and Democrats talk about a permanent sweeping majority of the ascendant. 2 years later, the Tea Party comes in, and they are in charge. Could not be more different than Barack Obama and all those people who won in 2008. So that was in 2010. 2012, Barack Obama gets reelected. 2014, Republicans take charge of the Senate. 2016, Trump's elected. 2017, Republicans lose. 2018, Republicans lose. 2019, Republicans lose. 2020, Joe Biden elected president.
Amen.
22, Democrats hold off the red wave.
Amen.
24, the red wave comes.
It did.
So there is a back and forth, and this whole idea that this is somehow the end of history, which we heard in 2004 when Bush got reelected. We heard in 2008 when Barack Obama got elected. It's just not. But, Anna, the Democrats have serious problems. There's just not going to come back by gravity. They have serious problems. They lost a great number of Latino voters. They lost a great number of black men. They lost young voters in numbers that they're just is shocking to them that voted for them 2 years ago, 4 years ago. Asian Americans broke away from them. 48 of 50 states broke against Democrats. And some of those states, like I said, Texas, Florida, Pennsylvania is moving that way with party registration. If Democrats don't do something fast, Pennsylvania is going to be gone 4 years from now. And the ability to win an election seems even more narrow.
Oh, come on, Morning Joe. Knock it off. Listen, don't lay into, that kind of information just really grinds my gears. But, it's like I said, you had to take a test or you had to do something and you just didn't get it right. And Cutie Utie, thank you. Thank you. But, you got to face the music, right? So listen, it's one thing if we would have just lost the White House, but when you lose the White House, when you lose the Senate and the House, oh yeah, you got to go back to the drawing board, right? All right, so Zeus is at the drawing board, ladies and gentlemen, but make no mistake. When I got an opportunity to get some zingers in, Heather, you're laughing, Heather. I'll talk to you in a second. I'll lower your taxes, Heather. Don't worry. When I get an opportunity to get some zingers in, I'll be honest with you, I might have to. All right. But that doesn't mean I'm not making the adjustment. So a zinger, you guys want a zinger. All right. So I don't know if you've seen this video, but we have it says a Nigerian brother went hard for Trump. And I guess he's experiencing some troubles in paradise. Do y'all want to hear this Nigerian brother who voted for Donald Trump and maybe things aren't going so well? Do y'all want to hear what he has to say? I won't play it, but I don't want to be petty either. But I just want okay. The people have spoken. We're in a democracy. Let's listen up.
MAGA family, I was on TikTok Live, and a fellow Trump supporter said that all he needed was my vote. I'll never be part of the MAGA family, and that I'm black, I'll never be accepted, but he just got my vote. Nah, that's crazy. Like, I love MAGA Nation, I love the MAGA family, and that breaks my heart that someone would speak to me like that right after the election, that all I was a vote? Nah, I love all you guys, and I know most of you MAGA family members are not racist, and I love you guys, and I'll keep repping MAGA Nation, Trump 2024, but that really broke my heart that some guy would say that. Extremely heartbroken.
This is a brother, and he's still proudly wearing this MAGA hat. And I guess he said he was on a TikTok Live, and some very strong language was used against him, and he said, oh, wait a second, I voted for you. What are you? And they said, I only needed you for your vote. And so now he's a little hurt, but he's going to still continue to support them. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to do it, but we're going to have to cue it up, all right? I'm going to have to cue up the Lake of Fire. I got an itchy finger this morning, all right? Let's cue up the Lake of Fire for this Trump supporter, brother, all right? Don't worry. I'm doing this with love and respect. I don't want to villainize this brother, but, we got to there's consequences for actions. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give this brother a nice good round of booze and shame. Sorry. I didn't want to do it. Please forgive me, God. All right, Mom, sorry. I didn't want to do that. I know you've been telling me we got to be bigger, and I'm trying to really be a bigger person. But I just did, the election was just a couple of days ago, and we're already seeing this kind of stuff. I said, I don't know what else to say, but like I said, I'm still going to continue to get better in the off season, right? I do understand that us Democrats, we got to get better at doing the messaging and, really figuring out how to grow the base. All right. I mean, can we grow if we go? This is a question that I was asking myself. Can we grow if we go further left? Do we grow more if we go further left, or do we got to slow things down and maybe try to recalibrate and regroup and bring people who are on the right into what we're doing? I don't know, but it's a question that I have been pondering. All right, so I'll pose the question to anyone out there. And when I say further left, you know, and there's a number line, right? And there's only a certain number of people on that number line. My concern or my question is, do we get more people if we go left? Are there enough people? Are there enough voters if we go hard left? Or do we have actually more voters if we have to kind of slow things down and say, okay, how do we reach out and grab those people who are still behind us and bring them into the group? I don't know, but what do you think? This is the. I mean, honestly, this is honestly, all kidding aside, it's a serious question that I'm struggling with right now. All right, because I'll be honest, Democrats and Republicans lost. When you hear stories like this person right here, this brother, I mean, to me, Trump supporters, you're going to get what you ask for, and you're not going to win. Some of you, and then there's going to be obviously us on the left. But again, let's move on to one more reaction video. All right, and I think a lot of my brothers and sisters, they'll feel this brother. He's a great content creator on TikTok, but I'll play it for you.
20th, we will not be on the fucking front lines of anything. You might have some black pick-me people might go over there and protest with you, but I know my black ass won't. I will not. Okay, I just researched it and I found out that I can. I Googled it and I found out that I can. No, I've looked into it and I found out that I can. I can't because you didn't have our fucking backs. You know, allyship is transactional. When I have your back, you have mine. Okay, that's how it works. It's transactional. It's reciprocal. Okay, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. You didn't scratch our backs. You didn't have our backs. You left us fucking behind and you left us fucking for granted. You left us on the battlefield by our fucking selves. So now, deal with the consequences of your fucking actions. Don't ask me for shit. Don't ask me to protest. Don't ask me to petition. Don't ask me to do a motherfucking thing. But mind my own black ass fucking business.
Keep it clean.
Okay, y'all played in our fucking face. Y'all pretended like y'all cared about black lives. And the sad thing about it is, it wasn't like we weren't going to hold Kamala accountable. We said that if we elect Kamala Harris, we will hold her accountable and we will try to do our best and our damnness to try to get a ceasefire. Even Kamala Harris agreed on a ceasefire and a two-state solution, and that still wasn't enough for you. Trump did not believe in any of these things. So whatever happens, happens. It's not that black people won't have empathy. It's not that black people won't feel bad for you. But the sad thing is you might have to hurt in order to actually understand it. You might have to feel it to understand it. And the sad thing about it is black people aren't wishing harm on anybody. No. We were trying to stop you from being subjected to the violence that we're subjected to every fucking day of our damn lives. This is nothing new to us. You didn't hurt us. You hurt your own fucking self. And that's the part that you don't understand. We loved you enough to tell you we don't want to see you go through what we go through every day on a daily fucking basis. But yet you did not want to listen. You didn't want to listen. We tried to help you. That's the part that you don't understand. We loved you enough so that you wouldn't have to go through what we go through on a daily fucking basis. We tried to warn you. Now you have to reap what the fuck you sowed. And for any pick-me motherfucking black person that wants to stitch this fucking video, you pick-me ass bitch. Shut the fuck up. If you want to take your ass on the front line, you do that. But you are not going to guilt trip my motherfucking black ass on no motherfucking battlefield to die for somebody who did not want to do the bare minimum, which was free, was vote for Kamala Harris. Don't ask me to do shit. Fuck you.
How many of y'all agree with that? Let's see. How many of y'all agree with that? Let's see. How many of y'all agree with that? Because that hit home. All right. I'm not going to lie. That hit home. That hit home. You know what? Let's go ahead and give him a round of applause. That hit home. I feel a lot more, honestly, despite the fact we lost, I feel like we did everything we could, honestly, in good faith to warn people. So, you know, like that previous guest, he was crying because he was on a TikTok live and his friends that he thought were his friends, they basically let him know, we're done with you. We only needed your vote. Get up out of our face. It doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. Let's go to another quick video, if you don't mind, ladies and gentlemen. And again, thank you all for being able to be mature enough and being able to listen to these conversations, all right? Because these are serious conversations that are already happening. People really did think this wasn't going to happen as quick as it did, but it happened, and people are going, wow, I didn't see it coming. A lot of us saw it coming, but, you know, I get it. A hard head makes for a soft, you know what. All right, where do I want to go? Oh, here we go. So this video is titled, and you may have seen this stuff, but I got to get it on the record in the kingdom. Latino MAGA regrets voting for Donald Trump. Quote, they, Trump supporters, don't want to play with my kids in the neighborhood. What advice would you give Latinos like him? All right, after this video, I'll open up the box and we'll have honest conversations. All right, all right.
Hola familia, aquí con ustedes haciendo este.
So for all the English-speaking people that are watch this video. Basically, the guy is talking about his experiences living in a neighborhood filled with other Trump supporters. He wanted his fucking kids to play with the other Trump supporters, but guess what?
What?
They don't want his kids to play with their kids because their kids are Hispanic.
Oh.
To the point where they're going to scare the kids off by shooting guns in the air. But this is what you wanted. This is what y'all picked. So don't complain. Don't fucking bitch. This is what you fucking chose. So shut the fuck up. Get the fuck up.
Wow. So, again, you know what? Lake of fire for that guy as well, because he thought he was somehow going to be accepted because he put that red hat on. And then, the Trump supporters, I guess, they brought their pew-pews out and warned him, no. Your kids can't play with my kids. Thank you for your vote, though. So, yeah, let's get the lake of fire out for that guy, too, all right? Hi, Tara. Good morning, Tara.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And so now I'm going to go to the box, all right? And honestly, let's have these conversations. And I know some of these conversations are going to be, honestly, very difficult to hear depending on where you are in terms of how you're processing this past election. But my only ask is that every single one of us who are engaging in these conversations, let's really be respectful and mindful that there's a lot of different people with different perspectives, that we might hear things and it's going to probably shock you to the core in some situations. And then in other situations, it might actually make you go back and reflect. But what we won't be doing is we won't be allowing just blatant disrespect. All right. And don't worry, I can handle a lot of feedback. All right. So let's go straight into the box. All right. I'm going to talk to Judgment. Judgment, you've been coming in. You've been very respectful. The last couple of days, I haven't gotten to speak with you. What do you got for us this morning?
Good morning, sis. How are you, brother?
W. Rick C. Good morning. How are you? I'm fine.
I'm doing well, man. I just want to address something that is very important for those who have dual citizenship.
Okay.
Steve Miller, he said, yes, we started a new denaturalization project under Trump's
Thank you for the subscription,
25 project.
Yeah. Stephen Miller, he said this.
Yeah, there's an article for those who do not know. There's an article SHC 4151. It's called Revoking Citizenship.
Okay.
So don't think for once that you have a dual citizenship, you cannot be sent back to your country because they can do it. They're working on this project. And I have dual citizenship. I voted for Kamala Harris.
All right. That's good. I mean, can I ask you, why did you vote for Kamala?
For her policies and being a Christian, man, I did the right thing.
Got it.
She showed more symptoms of the fruit of the spirit than Donald Trump, who supposedly is Christian.
Yeah.
So,
but what do you think? So, I mean, and that falls right directly in line with why I voted and why I went hard in the paint to support her platform as well as Joe Biden. But where do you think the disconnect is, especially when it comes to the Latin community, Hispanic community, right? I mean, did we not connect the way we should have connected? What do you think it is?
I think it is because they're trying to fit in where they do not fit in. You're trying to adjust yourself to fit in a society where you are not welcome. So all they wanted is just your vote, and that's it. Now you become trash. Simple as that. I mean, the truth hurt, but that's the fact. And I, like I said, I have a dual citizenship. My mom is from Europe, and my dad, and I was born in Central America.
Yeah.
Right? And I get to see these things with the Latino community. They're trying to fit. They want to be. I mean,
And
I
that's
don't want
nothing
to.
wrong. There's nothing wrong with wanting to fit in either, right? I mean, I get that.
But not at all. But now we're looking at it from a point of view where they want you to fit in just because they wanted something from you and they got it. Now you're just an immigrant that you need to go. We don't need you anymore. We got you for one thing and we got it. Now it's time for you to leave. And when I get to read this article about revoking citizenship, it is pretty scary, man, because that's separating families.
The thing is, you and I both know this, and it kind of helped us to understand why we voted the way that we voted, but we still didn't win, right? And the question is, what needs to be done in order for the Democrats to grow their base going forward, right? I feel like we had the facts on our side, we had the data on our side, but we still lost, right?
Correct.
So what needs to change?
I think that we need to engage more with the communities. Policies are great; they're fantastic.
Somebody said, "Come back to reality."
Exactly. We completely lost that main factor, engaging with our communities.
But we were right, Judgment.
Yeah.
We were right, though.
We, what can I tell you, Zeus? I mean, the fact of the matter, Kamala Harris, she had such a little time to come up with an extraordinary plan to win the presidency. I mean, she just didn't have enough time to engage with the community.
Yep.
So
and that's because the primary thing didn't go down, right? So she didn't get enough time to learn how to talk to the media, right? This is why I say she did an outstanding job, because in that little bit amount of time, she had to learn, you know what I'm saying, and still move forward and get beat up, so to speak, by, getting out here on the campaign trail. She had to try to consolidate all of that in such a small amount of time up against an entertainer.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, whether we want to believe it or not, this guy's an entertainer. He's a she has a lot of ground to make up in such a small amount of time. And, I honestly, though, even though they say the Democrats lost, I think we won in a way where it was like, I think it's incredible we got behind her that fast.
It is unbelievable. I mean, I spoke a lot to the
Black
Christian
woman at that too. Seriously.
Yeah, the Christian community. I reach out to thousands of people in the Christian community, and all I got is hate.
Really?
In fact, yes, indeed. In fact, I got nearly messages that people just telling me if they see me up on the street, they're gonna pew me down. And
oh Lord,
they actually went to my home and they they used a knife and just smashed my tires. I mean, a Trump supporter.
Wow.
It got to a level that it was just people becoming extremely aggressive, and these are Christians. I had a picture of Kamala Harris saying Christians for Kamala, and the amount of hate I got from Christians. I have several pastors that came to my live and my panel, and I talked to them and said, "Why are you voting for Trump?"
Yeah.
They said, "Because we don't like Kamala Harris' policies." I said, "Well, can you please tell me 3 of them?" He said, "I don't know." Well, you don't know?
Well, that to me, that dives into the larger issue, which I don't want to say, especially on the internet, because I get that when you talk about the issue, it tends to open up a lot of wounds, and it's a very complicated topic. But I do believe that it wasn't simply because of policy. I don't believe that at all. All right. And they know what it is. The fake media knows what it is as well.
Exactly. I tell you, I got many friends, pastors and missionaries that they blocked me from their account because I am Jezebel now. Just because I spoke the truth, just because I want to show them the facts, and yet they were not willing to listen. Now they got what they wanted. Yep.
Well, you know what, Judgment? I appreciate you, my good friend. I'm going to have to move it on. But one of the things that I think definitely we got to consider now is what you said about engagement. To me, in order to grow the base, engagement needs to happen. I do agree with you on that. And I think that part of that engagement will mean having these kind of conversations, real tough conversations in terms of what needs to get done going forward. All right.
Absolutely. Brother,
all right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Judgment a round of applause. Honesty, honest conversations. No lies detected. All right, all right, all right. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. I mean, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing the real work that it takes to get better. That's why you got to sometimes count it all joy. You know, the good book says, you know, count it all joy because, you know, we're still here. We're still breathing, right? We can still celebrate this holiday together, right? By the way, I hope you all are doing your thing to celebrate the upcoming holidays. All right, listen, this world that we live in, this solar system that we live in, this galaxy that we live in, there's a lot more going on besides U.S. politics. All right, so try to keep it in perspective. All right, let's bring up the next guest, ladies and gentlemen. So we just talked to, I would say, a Democrat. All right, or someone who voted for Kamala. Let's go to the other side, please. Any Trump supporters, please put a 1 in the chat because there's going to be a lot of tough questions coming your way. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, and I'll bring you right up. All right, and I want to hear the perspectives. All right, let's go. Scott Jensen, come on up here, Scott. You have been chosen. Who else do we got? I picked one. Digital Shop. I'll pick you. I'll see if you come up. Let's see. Who do we have next? I was gonna get you, Red Lady Red. I was gonna get you, yeah, because you and I got some business to square away. Digital Shop. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. So you voted for Donald Trump.
Yes, I did.
What part of the country are you in?
I'm in Michigan.
All right. Oh my God. All right. What did you want to say to Zeus this morning, please? Are you feeling, honestly, do you feel like this is a moment of celebration for you?
Actually, yes, I do. I really feel like it's a moment of celebration.
Oh,
And thank you for having me on your show.
you're welcome. Thank you for being respectful. But why is it a moment of celebration? Do-
I mean, because let's be honest, he's about to change the world. Like, he's about to change the world for the better.
What do you think is like the things that needs to get changed that he's going to do that will make the world better? Because I don't know if you heard the video that I had played just a few moments ago. There was a brother, and he expressed some of the things that happened to him while he was on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you feel that people are going to be basically more openly misogynist and racist in any way? How do you feel about that? Digital Shop, are you there?
Understand, he was our president already, so you have to take that into accountability.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think that that's gonna happen because if it hasn't happened already, it's not going to happen, in my opinion.
You mean like the openly being, racist and misogynist stuff? That isn't going to happen.
Yes.
But it happened under his administration, I believe. Right? You remember
I mean,
all
but
the
he wasn't in control. I mean, people have to be in control of themselves. He's not in control of other people. I just don't think it's fair that people are blaming Trump for the things that other people are doing.
Well, do you remember
He's
Charlottesville? I mean, I'm
no,
trying to
I
be as
didn't.
respectful as possible, right? But that was a pretty serious incident that happened under his presidency.
Yeah.
We
Well,
had the
I
whole
can
George
understand that, but he
Floyd.
didn't take a gun to people's hands and tell
You
them
got
what
to
to
say
do.
pew pew on TikTok. Pew pew.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But
But
like someone put it out
you
there.
know,
You remember BLM and all of that. I mean, that happened under Donald Trump.
but you got to understand the BLM, it was just like a thing that, that's what we do.
What do you mean by?
We, that's what we do. That's what, like, we, um, if those are our people, we're going to represent that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if we represent a certain thing, that's just what we do. It's just not under him. You can't say that it's under him if that's what we do as a group of people.
What you
You
mean?
get what
Like,
I'm saying?
what do we do as a group of people? Maybe I'm confused.
I mean,
Like
BLM,
when
as
George
we're using
Floyd. Oh,
abbreviations, BLM
Black
as we're
Lives
using
Matter. Yeah.
abbreviations. Right. Okay. So if if that's what we do as a group of people in the Black Lives Matter, era, I mean, that's what we do.
Do
We
you
can't
wait?
blame
Okay,
that on Trump.
let me ask it this way because I think I'm getting a little confused. Did you support BLM? Do you support that?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
and so you know that that was basically a response to what was going on in the community, right? You remember the whole George Floyd thing, right?
Yes.
And if you supported it, then you understand why that occurred. So and it happened under Trump. So when you got up here and you said something like we had him for 4 years and nothing happened, I think that's not true then, right? It did happen.
No, I just believe you guys are just looking too deep into this.
Oh, in what sense? No, oh Lord have mercy. The alarm. What's going on? Are you?
Oh no!
What? The police might come. Hurry up! Is that your car?
Oh
If the police come, ma'am, I'm really concerned. I'm concerned about you.
no! No!
If
No!
the
No!
police come, there you go. If the police come, you got me activated. Listen, you're getting
Oh
me
my
triggered.
God! No! No!
That was your car?
Those are kids messing with my keys in my car.
Oh,
I'm in my car.
well, you got to be careful because you know these police. They gonna come there and they don't ask questions. You know that. You know that. Come on now. You know that, right?
I mean, I think you guys really look too deep into things. And the majority of the people who voted, I just would like to give your panel, a clap and a pat on the back because the thing about it is most of the people who are on your panel voted
I can't hear you.
Trump. So it's just
Oh,
like they're laughing in your face.
wait.
They're laughing in your
Wait.
face,
What did
and
you
they're
say?
telling you,
You
"Oh,
said
I
you
don't like Trump."
you said most of the people on my panel voted for Trump.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. Do you know how many? Yes.
That's deep,
Do
right
you know
there.
how many states were in the red? Be for real.
I've never
And they're
heard that.
laughing in your
I've never
face.
heard that,
Listen,
but
they're laughing in your face when they voted for Trump. They won't tell you they voted for Trump. Of
why is
course, they
that?
won't tell you that.
Why won't they? I
Huh?
mean, you told me you
Be-
voted for Trump. Why wouldn't they? I mean,
yeah, because people they don't want to they don't want to seem like they're
I could turn
uh
around and say you voted for Kamala. I mean, I don't have a way to validate
yeah, you
that.
can say that, but I'm telling you out my mouth that I voted for Trump. That's what
Right. Well,
so
it could go
it is
either
what
way.
it is. I don't
I
have to make up a lie to just be on your show
yeah.
like everybody else is doing.
Well, I'll say it this way. I just take people at face value. I'm not going to do like an
Yeah.
investigation. So if somebody come up and they lie, then that's to me on them. But
Mm.
I hope you're being honest, and that's the main thing. Because
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Like, do you see what the impact of this coming? Do you see the impact of what's going to happen coming? As far as I'm concerned, and
And then yeah,
it
but
sounds like you do, but you don't care.
they were talking about the Project 2025. Well, from my understanding, President Trump was saying himself that he did not he did not say that he was going to, do the 2025.
Mm.
That was under the
And
Biden
you believed him.
administration spreading all those, lies. It's just a false narrative that people are saying. And that's
But
not right.
but
Why
digital
would you lie? Why would you lie on this man? Why would
digital
you lie on this man?
digital. Okay, I want to be as kind of as respectful as possible and say I believe they've already came out and admitted that it is part of their playbook on the internet, and you should probably don't.
They
Okay,
never did.
that's why I said I want to be as respectful, but I think
Yeah, they never did.
you should go look into it because they're now openly saying the stuff that a lot of us have been trying to warn you.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I get nothing out of this, because I've already lost, right? I
I
get
mean,
nothing.
what's done is done,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but I get nothing out of trying to bash you or anything. But I think my real question, and I think you've somewhat answered it, is are you aware of what's about to come your way? And if so, okay, great. I mean, because this person that is a Trump supporter, the one that said he had a red hat, this is a brother, he said
Yeah.
they basically spit in his face and told him they don't need him anymore. They got his vote.
Oh
And
wow.
but he's still going to support Trump, and so that's to me what the energy is. I don't know what else I could have done differently to help people see what we were saying. I think to your point, there is clearly a disconnect between our agenda and communicating it to the people. But I think in this situation, I think Democrats got played, or Democrats lost, and I do believe Donald Trump's supporters they also are going to experience the loss as well when they see what the truth is. Right?
I just hope during his presidency that he's, stands by his word. And I just hope that, this is a better country for us.
Well,
He deals with inflation.
Yeah.
He deals with, he deals with the wall or whatever,
The immigration, yeah.
coming here.
And let me ask you a question.
That's a big thing
but
for me. That's
now,
a big thing.
the immigration thing, right? Because you, in a way, I would suppose you feel
I
like.
mean, how do you feel about that? Like you like people coming here, and just, I mean, I can see if they had like a green card. Well, yeah, that's great. Yeah, welcome. Well, if you have a green card, welcome. But if you are here illegally, then that's where I have a problem. I have a problem with that.
But what?
I have a problem with that. And then you all should too. And then with the abortion, like I had an abortion before and it ripped my heart out. Like I was tore up.
Now that
And I
thing,
feel like
but
if that law,
but
I'm
did
sorry.
you go? You say you had an abortion before?
Yes, sir.
Did you go to prison for doing
No.
it? Do you think people who might have to get one because they need one or whatever, do you think they should now go to prison?
No.
Well, that might happen.
Well, I don't feel like it should happen.
But
I
that's
don't think
kind
that
of
people
what's
do
going to
that.
happen. That's kind of what's going to happen. And so this is to us, outside. We lost.
Well,
And so
I do feel, what I do feel like it's going to happen? I think people will take precautions. I think people will be more aware of who they sleep with. I think people would.
come on, digital, come on now. Come on.
Well, I'm saying with
You
these,
know
like,
what
things are
happened
in
when
place.
listen, digital, come on. You ever been to a nightclub?
Yes.
And you ever been, pouring up a little bit, sippity sip? You know how that
Yes.
goes? What happened when you do that? You lose all sense of judgment. And guess what happens?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Are
didn't
you
did so.
comparing? Listen. Are you
I'm just saying
comparing-
things can happen. Things can happen. People don't always exercise the best judgment when they're inebriated,
But they're
right?
not intoxicated.
But you know what happens?
So-
It don't take you don't got to be drunk to get a little lit and feel good, girl. That's my jam. And next thing you know, I'm just saying things happen. you know what I'm talking about. Thank you.
I hear you.
And if that happens,
it's got to be real. Like,
and
you
if that
just gotta be-
happens, right,
We're
and you
talking
need
about real life.
that happens in real life, girl. I'm short a couple of dollars on a couple of bills. I just
Yeah.
need to go out and do my thing. And this guy I'm talking to ain't working, and so whatever. Let's go out and have some fun. And you get out there, and you see that
Oh,
smooth.
yeah, and
You
that's-
see that
yeah,
smooth
yeah,
operator. You see that smooth operator. And you go, you know
Yeah.
what? I'll take a little extra on this sip.
Yeah.
And you go out and you don't make the best decision, and you end
Yeah, I
up
see what you're
having a
saying.
little fun, and then next
Yeah.
thing you go, okay, I don't think this is going to work. You go. Should you go to prison for that? And that's kind of the real,
No.
to me, that's the real thing that's going to start happening. You're going to start hearing a lot more stories.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so I do hope at least you understand why things are going to be happening going forward, and why maybe some of us are going to kind of be like, we tried to tell you, but we just don't
Yeah.
have the energy. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, I'm going to bring up someone else
Okay.
on the Democrat side, but I appreciate the honest conversation.
Okay.
All right?
Again, thank you for having me. I appreciate you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's digital shop. All right. Round of applause. All right. She was very honest and open and respectful, despite the fact that, we just didn't see eye to eye on things. All right. So we're going to go have a conversation with somebody that I think subscribes to the way that I believe. And then we're going to go back to MAGA or Donald Trump voters. Good morning, Takesha. How are you?
Hey, sweetie, how are you?
I'm all right. It's Friday. We made it, right?
Yeah, we're here, Zeus, by the grace of God. And
Amen, 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 amen.
listen, Zeus, I have a problem with somebody that had an abortion now having an opinion that people shouldn't have them. You had yours. Nobody judged you. Nobody stopped you from having yours. You willy nilly had yours. So why now should you be speaking against them when you had one? If you regretted your decision, that's your business, but you still were able to have one. It was your choice and your body. But now all of a sudden, after you've had your choice of your body, now you for people that want to stop people from having a choice for their body. That bothered me.
That bothered you?
That really, really bothered me. And to say that we had Donald Trump before is just like saying you had a husband before that you divorced and you decided to go back and thought he was going to be better. It's not going to happen.
My sentiments exactly. I mean, but what does it say about the, to me it seems it was a hard time connecting that. What the point you're making, why do you think it's so hard for people to make that connection?
I'm not understanding, Zeus, when they say he didn't have anything to do with Project 2025. He said he didn't sleep with Stormy Daniels, but he did. He said before the Lord he was going to be faithful to all three of those wives, but he wasn't. So we just supposed to believe that because the backlash that came out behind Project 2025 and he separated himself, were we supposed to believe that he was being honest when he said he wasn't?
I don't.
Zeus, nobody in their right mind does. They're putting too much faith in this man. Inflation is at 2.1%. How much lower do they want it to get? And the only thing that I'm going to say that really hurts my feelings is all the work that Joe Biden did. Now that Trump is going to get in office, the good part is going to start and he's going to get the credit for it.
That's true.
That's what really hurts my feelings. Every time a Democrat cleans up the economy, a Republican gets in office and gets the credit for it.
And can you say that part again, Takesha? Because I want to make sure our audience understands that. I mean,
Every time a Democrat cleans up the economy and the mess that a Republican made, a Republican gets in office and gets the credit for all the hard work that the Democrat did.
because it takes a couple of years, a few
Takes a
years
couple
for
of years.
policies that
Yes.
get passed to kick in.
Yes.
So when y'all start seeing things happening and y'all going great, 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 understand the administration prior to this one coming in probably had a lot to do with it.
And
That's just how
that's
this works.
really one reason why they want to get rid of the Department of Education, to dumb the American people down even more, because some of them act like they didn't take government, they didn't take civics, they didn't take economics, so they don't even know how the country is ran, and they can just feed them whatever they want to feed them.
Yeah.
They eat it and they believe it.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think part of what we're doing, Takesha, is the education side of this, right? Because I think we're going to be able to attract more people if we put it to them in that way. You know what I mean? Because to me, whether we want to admit it or not, we didn't win. So we gotta switch it up.
Let me tell you something, Zeus.
Talk to me.
And you can call me a conspiracy theorist if you want to.
Fair enough. I
Something
wouldn't
is
do that to you. Come on now.
Something is not right about this election. The numbers are not adding up to me. The results came out entirely too fast. Those states were running so fast with those numbers. I've never seen an election go this fast in all my life of voting. I don't care what nobody say. Something is not right. But what I do stand on is this. And you can take it with a grain of salt, or you can take it for what you want to. I serve a God.
Amen.
He's high. He looks low. It ain't nothing no surprise to him. And when the reveal comes, it's going to be a doozy.
Amen.
I'm telling you, Zeus.
But don't you have a lot of peace though, knowing
Zeus,
you
when
fought
I
the
tell
good
you-
fight?
Zeus, when I tell you I got that peace that passes all understanding,
Mm-hmm.
because I know who I serve, and I know
Amen.
that he ain't going to let Kiki down.
Hey.
Because he's always taking care of me
Amen.
with destruction all around me. But
Amen.
I pray for those, Zeus,
Mm.
who wanted a king, Zeus, that's finna get everything that's attached to that king. I pray for them, and my heart goes out to them. Because
Yeah.
I'm on the right side. The Lord's side.
Amen.
And we're going to be okay.
Amen. That's how I feel. We
Don't
gonna
make me
be
put my
okay.
robe and my collar on, Zeus.
Hey, you need to
Don't make
come
me
up
put my
here.
robe and my collar on.
You got to come on up here and start having real church with us. All right, we got to get to these lost souls.
They don't know the word.
They don't.
I know they don't know the word, Zeus, because they don't know the word, Zeus, because of how they acted. They don't know the word. They don't.
Father, forget. What did they forgive them for?
But
They
God
know.
is good.
They know not what they do. Is that
For
where we
they
at?
know not what they
Oh
do.
Lord.
Well, what it say, Zeus? My people perish for lack of knowledge because they
Ooh.
reject knowledge.
You
Come
ain't
on
lying.
now.
You ain't
Thou
lying.
shalt have
She ain't lying.
Zeus.
Talk to him.
And the most important is, thou shalt have no other God before me. And when you say only Trump can fix it, you're
WG
making
man.
him God.
Amen. You're telling them the truth, Takesha. You ain't
Oh, I'm
lying.
good, Zeus. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yep. Me too. Me too. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna get out here like you see me doing, and just kind of navigating and doing the course correction business. But at the end of the day, I'm really observant and going, okay, yeah, we was flying high. Now we got to get down in the bushes and kind of let this thing play itself out and let them do what they need to do and let God get to them, right?
We gonna be
Let
successful.
cold as the days. W.
We
Thank
gonna
you.
be successful in this season of Saul. That's
Amen.
one thing I do know.
You got it. You got
But
it.
you go on, Zeus, and you have you a good day, sir.
All right, all right, all right. You too, ladies and gentlemen. W's in the chat for Takesha. Show her some love. You know, I appreciate her having the courage to come up here, and she's up here fighting it with me. She's facing the music with me. I mean, she sees it. She's been rocking and rolling with us. We've been cooking and booking, and you know, we got to still get out here and try to rebuild the platform and keep growing the base. All right. Yes, W's. Look at all those W's for you, Takesha. All right. If you are a Trump supporter, come on up here. You've heard you know where I stand. If you're wrong, you're wrong. It doesn't matter. All right. But I do want to hear from the diverse backgrounds, diverse opinions to see what exactly can be done. Okay. Oh, I knew this one was coming. Good morning, Red Lady Red. How are you?
Grand Rising Zeus.
Grand Rising. So, you're happy with the way the outcome of the election went, correct?
Yes, I am.
Why?
Because y'all may not see it now because, media is ran by Democrats,
All
So,
media?
majority of media,
Like
yes.
Fox?
Except for the private ones.
Fox?
Except for the private ones. But anywho,
Fox News is ran by the Democrats?
Fox really don't be spreading lies as much as like CNN and
Oh.
MSN and CBS and PBS,
Okay.
Just
All
keep it
right. Well,
real. But
I guess I disagree with that, but please continue on because I don't,
once y'all come up from under the spell, then y'all gonna start to see. We all been there before. That's why I don't just break y'all loose so easily. Cause at one point I was under the spell too myself, and then y'all keep on saying for the Lord. So you can't tell me that God is okay with y'all trying to confuse our future.
Lord have mercy.
You can't. Yeah,
Red,
because see, look, I live in Nevada, right?
you voted for
See,
Donald Trump in Nevada.
listen. Yeah, and you want to know why? Nevada was a blue state. We flipped for a reason,
What's the
right?
reason?
The reason is when you go to the grocery store
I
and
knew it.
eggs is $9, right? When you turn on your AC or your heat, which we really don't use heat that much, and your
But you
bill
use
for
that
1
AC
month.
though. You
Could
use
you
that AC.
listen? And your bill for
I'm
1
listening,
month
but why
is
you gotta be all aggressive like that?
oh,
I've
I'm
been
sorry.
very
That's just the way I
kind.
talk. My bad. That I'm from the
Okay.
Midwest,
Oh,
so I'm a little
okay.
aggressive
I
talker. My
get it.
bad.
Okay, but we're trying. I'm. You know, I'm holding back.
Then look, how's people gonna tell me what I'm experiencing in my own real life? Like you can't tell me how much they charging for things in my city. Okay?
But why blame the Democrats for all of that?
Because because the Democrats is who running it currently. The
But
Democrats are in
did
out.
you
Could
vote
you
for Joe
can I?
Biden?
I'm trying to explain to you, but you keep asking questions before I even finish the first one. Like I said, eggs is too expensive. Utilities are ridiculous, beyond ridiculous. This is the tourism city where I live at, and they
Can you let me know when I can talk? That's all I wanted to ask you.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, because you asked me a question. You don't want me to answer. You just want to ask
Well,
questions.
I
Go
know
ahead.
eggs, for instance, they never got to $9.
Yes, they did.
Don't you
At
think
one
you?
point in time, I paid $10 for some eggs, and that's not a lie. And to tell me I'm lying, or to tell me the tax on tips and all of that, like we getting taxed on everything here. What is y'all talking about? Everything, rent. My rent done went up 2 times in 1 year.
But that's not the government's fault.
It is Congress. It is Congress. These people we place into office. Yes, because if they're supplying, because we took on a lot of
Well, I guess what I'm asking.
immigrants too.
Okay, Red Lady, if you
So
don't mind,
when they
please.
come in and they start taking them funds that's supposed to be for the city and they supplying it elsewhere, the citizens pay for that. They
Can I
gotta
ask
make
you a
up that
question?
money somehow.
Can I ask a question honestly? So you remember, I think you do the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
And were you impacted by that in any way in terms of your employ? I don't know if you're employed in what you do, but did it have any
Yes,
impact on that?
because I was self-employed.
Okay.
I had to put my business on hold and go work a W-2 job
This is
because I
this is
couldn't.
during the pandemic, or
Yes, because you
okay?
couldn't. No, this was like when in
What year?
2021,
Okay.
2022. And 2021 and 2022
What about
was
2019 or 2020-ish? What were you doing to bring it?
2019.
Yeah, what were
Life
you
was
doing?
great.
What were you doing?
2019,
Did you get any
2020,
unemployment?
the
Did you get
beginning of 2021.
did you get
No,
the
I didn't.
unemployment?
I was denied unemployment, actually.
Oh, so how did you
Just like I'm
provide?
denied unemployment now.
But how did you provide for yourself and your family in 2020 if you weren't employed and you didn't get unemployment?
Didn't you say I was self-employed?
Oh, I didn't.
Had in
Okay,
the end of 2022, 2023, I had to go back to a W-2 job
but in
because my
20,
business
when did the
my
business
business
start?
wasn't flourishing.
When did the business start? What year?
I started my business over 15 years ago. It's just a small home business. It's not
Okay.
nothing too big. But
And
it takes care of me.
it was making enough to take care of you. And then
Yeah, to take
in what year
care of me.
did it go out? What
It
year?
started. I started seeing a significant decrease in when Biden and them had started making the regulations for where you couldn't have too many people in one area.
What what does that mean? Too many?
Because the pandemic placed it for
You
where
mean social distancing?
no, where you couldn't have gatherings. Like my daughter missed
Oh,
her 8th grade graduation. You know, she missed the
but
first experience of her high school.
didn't that start under Donald
No,
Trump?
that did not. That started during election season.
Let me see. So if I were to, let's see, let me see something.
Then this is what's so crazy how people down here
Hold
saying
on.
all this shit like they didn't
Wait,
live.
we don't
This
curse.
the part that this is why
Wait,
people
wait,
be angry because y'all literally try to act like people experience is non-void because y'all want to see shit for how y'all little minds
Ma'am,
want y'all to see it.
but Red Lady, listen. We don't need to curse, and you don't need to get worked up. All right, I'm talking to you. All right, and I'm
No,
not
because
being
your
disrespectful.
audience, they always want to call somebody evil, and look at them. They so full of hate, it's sickening.
We're
They so
I,
full of hate.
Red,
I'm
you're
not up
talking
here.
to
I'm not
me.
doing nothing to
Why are you
anybody.
getting? Why are you getting?
Speaking what I've experienced, and y'all up here about some she lying, she this. No, you lying to yourself. I don't live in delusion. With y'all slow ass, y'all slow
Hey,
as
come
hell.
on now, come on now, come on now.
But
Okay, so
like
I
I
just
said,
wanted to say this. I wanted to,
utilities. How much do you
can I
How
read
much
this
do
to
you pay
you?
in
Can I
utilities a
can
month if you don't mind?
a few hundred?
For all of them. A few
Well,
means 3, so you pay around $300
it,
for your
it, it
gas,
could
lights,
it could
and
be more.
water.
I live in California, all right, and so I would imagine definitely it's going to be hot. But
That's what you live.
can
And
I
look,
read this? Can I read this real
go
quick?
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Now, therefore, I, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, by the authority vested in me by the Constitution and the laws of the United States, including sections 201 and 301 of the National Emergency Act, and consistent with section 1135 of the Social Security and as amended, do hereby find and proclaim that the COVID-19 outbreak in the United States constitutes a national emergency beginning March 1st, 2020. And that's all I wanted to make sure you and I knew. And I'm not judging you. I'm not judging
Didn't you hear me say it started around election season?
But it was under.
Then election season start like around that time.
Yeah,
Like, come
yeah.
on,
We
be
were in,
for
but
real.
I thought
that.
maybe I misheard you.
I stated that.
So I misheard
stated
you.
that.
I misheard you. I thought you said it started under Biden during the election season, but I stand corrected. I just wanted to get that out there. So it would be fair to say it was under Trump where your business kind of started experiencing
No,
stuff.
because when C19
Well, that was
first hit, my bank account was looking nice. I made a whole move. I moved during the start of
in
C19.
in 2020. You moved.
Yes, I moved.
Yeah.
I moved 3,000 miles away.
Okay. I mean, but the impact of that, though, right, is kind of what we have to also understand, because when there's a thing called cause, and then there's another thing called reaction, right? Thank W Sue in the chat, and all I'm saying, Lady Red, I'm not judging you, all right, because I'm past doing that. I don't think it's going to help me accomplish the goal that I'm trying to
help
accomplish.
my business flourish. Real good.
But I think we have to be honest about some of the stuff you're experiencing, and
But I am being honest. Don't do that, Zeus. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Because
I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm not trying to make you look like a liar.
Okay, fine. My bad. But isn't it safe to say it started under Donald Trump? That's all I wanted to make sure I was saying.
We all know that that it started under Trump.
Okay.
We know this.
Okay.
And I know this might sound like some conspiracy, but I think they did that to him to ruin his presidency. Because they thought they can puppet him because he wasn't a politician. They literally thought they can put him in office, and they thought they can puppet him to continue their agenda. And you live in California. I sat for a whole 25 hours reading California laws, all the laws that was on proposal.
25 hours?
Yes, 25 hours, because I was so mind blown by reading them policies and laws that they got on the proposal.
Okay. Well, listen, I know there's a lot of people who don't agree with you. Would you be at least willing to, because we're going to wrap up our part, but are you at least willing to consider other perspectives or anything like that? Is there anything that I can do?
I'm going to consider what I read. Did you not read them laws that they is passing in California? That's why I can't believe y'all stayed blue. They don't care about y'all there. They don't care about y'all at all, because
they do actually.
Y'all can't be comprehending what y'all read.
Red. They
y'all
actually
can't
do.
Be. Them laws is crazy as heck.
What's
crazy?
What's the crazy law?
Crazy.
What's the crazy law?
How them laws is being passed. For one, why do y'all even have to have a proposal put on the table to protect the environment? Like, come on now. Y'all should be.
You don't believe in climate change?
Why do some of them laws that's part of the LGBTQ? Now, my thing is, I'm all about love who you love.
Lord have mercy,
right?
Red,
love who you love.
Red, I'll say this, Red. I'll say this.
That they trying to pass.
What's the name of the law?
Will open up.
What's the name of the law?
proposal 30, either 34 or 36. I can't actually remember because it's actually a lot of them that was
Lord have
on
mercy.
there.
Well, listen, Red.
But it's
listen.
in the 30s.
Okay,
It's one of them in the 30s, but it's for the LGBTQ.
I'll
right?
say this. Can I
If
say
you
this?
read-
Red. I'll say this. All right. You've
You
scrambled.
just keep stopping me because you don't want me to say what I'm finna say.
No, I gotta keep on moving the show
No, you
along.
really don't want the truth out there, Zeus, and that's wild as hell.
How do
you
you-
got an opportunity and a platform to waking
Red,
up a lot
Red.
of people, and you choosing to keep people asleep.
Red. I'm not
No,
doing.
Zeus, don't be that person. If you say you a righteous man, it's
And-
time for you to start acting like a righteous man
Oh,
and do
Lord.
what's right. Righteous
Lord.
people do what's right.
Red,
Righteous people don't
Red,
judge unrighteously.
Red,
Righteous people don't spew hate.
Red, right? You let me be Zeus, all right? And I will take your feedback seriously under consideration. But you know, like I've known, I only am online for a certain window of time, and I'm out of here. I can't allow you to have
Zeus.
all the time. That's simple.
I understand that, but you
Okay,
you never let people get out what they trying to say.
I
unless
believe
it's
I've
in
been
agreement.
mighty fair, even though I completely, and I should say it in this way.
Well,
I
y'all
emphatically
need to start
listen.
reading them laws and
I emphatically
thank you for allowing me.
Okay, thank you.
on your live. I do
Thank you.
appreciate that.
And please work on being a little more respectful to Big Zeus out here, because you see, I'm putting up with a lot. I mean, a lot, and I gave
Zeus,
you a
I
lot
did
of
not
runway.
disrespect you.
You accused me.
I said if you claim that you are a righteous man, that's what I said.
I don't know when I've claimed that. Again, you can't put words in my mouth. I told you
Ain't
this.
Oh my!
Three
do you know
H's.
what righteous mean?
Three
you don't wanna
H's.
claim that?
I don't want to claim that. I gave
You don't
you
wanna
3
claim that
H's.
you're a righteous person?
Red. I didn't want to claim that. I
Okay.
said 3 H's. What are they?
Okay.
Honest, humble, and handsome. Come on, Red. It's simple. Now,
It's righteous to be honest.
well, we'll talk about
That's a
righteous.
righteous
We'll talk about that another day. All right. You come on back, and I'll take care of that and lower your taxes. All right. Fair enough.
Zeus.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That's Red Lady Red. Oh my goodness. I want everyone to understand. I emphatically disagree with a lot of what she said. A lot. It was so much to just push back on that I just said, you know what? I'm not going to get my blood pressure worked up today trying to push back on everything that she said. But as you can see, she voted for Donald Trump. So, Red, I'll say this. And about by the end of this year, I'll be checking in with you to make sure you see if you're okay, because I don't know if you've been following some of the things that Donald Trump has already started doing, but they're already starting to have a direct impact. All right. Let's bring up our next panelist, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's bring up our next panelist. Good morning, Cole, as the days. How are you doing? Welcome back. All right. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, and how are you?
Woo! I'm all right, to be quite honest.
Baby.
Talk to them. Talk to the people.
My ears are bleeding.
Why?
Oh my God. If I had to hear another 10, 20 seconds of this delusional, illiterate, degenerate, I probably would have just, that cliff that they gonna eventually walk off of, I probably would have walked with them. But I will say that I think if I was to just scoop out 90% of my brain, I could never be that stupid. I could never be that stupid. This broad is sitting up here talking about, it started, and you caught her in a lie. She did say that it started, the stay home for the kids, closing the school down, social distancing. It started. She said it started under Biden, but when you checked her, that's when she said it started. In the election season. Yes, the election season started in 2020 for the 2020 election. We were already at the beginning in the first quarter, March, on a stay home order, social distancing, and using PPEs and things like that.
That's what I remember.
Under Trump.
That's what I remember.
And the first order for the kids to not go to school was in 2020. Joe Biden didn't get inaugurated until January 20th, 2021.
Yeah.
So for her to sit up and try to, and it's just like the gaslighting. It's the gas. Imagine being illiterate and trying to convince intelligent people that they should be stupid. We should just get in line and sign up to be stupid. The problem is we understand and we can grasp the concept of, not just come up with a concept of something, we can grasp the concept of and understand. Our comprehension skills are very high. She sit up here and talked about the laws in California like you don't live in California.
I was trying to explain it, but it just seemed to me, honestly though, Cole, it made me feel like this. The more angrier I would get about it, I think it would make things worse. But you and I know the truth, right?
Yes. Yes.
We know the truth about what happened during Donald Trump's presidency. And it's just, to me, interesting that they call it Trump amnesia, I guess. I don't know. But we still have a problem, though, on our side, right? Because whether we want to accept it or not, we didn't get the outcome we wanted.
No, we sure didn't, and it broke my heart. Like I was actually up, and I was lying in bed, and I kept looking at the TV, and it was just I was on the phone with my sister, and she just kind of completely just broke down, where it was like you threw her up against the wall, and it was like she was running down the wall, and I happened to look over at the TV and saw that he had hit the 277. And that's when I just turned the TV off.
Click. And that's what I did too. What the heck? What the?
Yeah. And it took me until the next day. And I'll admit, I'm a very strong person, and I've been accused of having my sensitivity chip deactivated a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
But I broke down and I cried, and it wasn't so much because of the result. It was because I saw how people that I know took it. I was, on social media, and people that I was around, they were devastated. And I'm devastated because I feel like Kamala Harris will be a great president. I feel that.
I know she would. She was the most qualified.
Right.
Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah, but I like I said, I was just, it finally took me a minute the next day before I did shed a few tears, but it was just like how sad the world is, how sad this country is. And then to go back to this idiot that was on before me, her sitting up talking about, I think that they did that to make him look bad. Baby, there's a difference. Do you know what the difference between an epidemic and a pandemic is? A pandemic is global. So you're trying to say that the world decided that they were going to knock off or unalive millions of their citizens just so they could hurt Donald Trump. You can't possibly be, well, she is that stupid, but we like to say you can't possibly be that stupid.
Wow. Is there any way, Cole, honestly, that we can reach these people with our knowledge and our information? Is there a way we can reach them? Because these are people in our community. That's what's so bizarre about it, right?
Yeah, because where I live, I had to honestly say, I'm gonna get to that.
They're saying nope. I'm like, whoa.
In my neighborhood, I honestly sit and watch, and I was so proud of some of the young ladies that actually were in line in the poll in front of us. But it was just like there were so many people that live in this neighborhood that I did not see. And I mean, I'm only like 2 blocks from my polling place. And I did not see, it wasn't like it was in 2020 where we were in line for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
To vote. And this time we just walked in and we probably spent like maybe 3 or 4 minutes waiting for them to check, verify our ID and stuff like that in order for us to vote.
Yeah.
But we didn't see there was not a lot of turnout, and it's really sad.
Yeah.
But I can agree with what Takesha said. I think there was some effery afoot, because here in Missouri, they had already projected him as the winner before 0 precincts had been reported.
Wow. Wow.
And it was like that in other places too. And it's just like, how is that? How are you projecting him a winner when they haven't even tallied in or gotten any votes yet? I understand how the political system works because outside of medical science, I am a political science guru and I know public policy.
Amen.
So I've been participating in the election system or doing my civic duty for 30 plus years. And it just seemed funny and it just seemed strange. But again, do I think that we can reach out to these people? I believe that a lot of these people are they're in the F around and find out phase. And it's happening because, for one, they've already, that little schnozzy looking piece of crap, Stephen Miller already stated, yes, Trump did implement a denaturalization, and it's going to be in full speed or it's going to be on turbocharge in 2025. So all the Latinas that voted for him talk about, I got my papers, baby. That don't mean nothing because they're going to denaturalize you. And because they don't believe in breaking up families, they're going to send all you back at one time. The people, like you said, the black guy who talked about them calling him names and all that stuff. Yeah, they used y'all to get the vote. But the one thing I would have to say is I'm happy that it only increased by 1%. The black male vote only increased for Trump by 1%. We black women, we stood strong because we gave 93% of our vote to Kamala Harris.
Amen.
As far as the economy, they've already stated that companies are basically doing away with their bonuses because they're having to order ahead because they know the tariffs that he's talking about putting in place are going to cripple them.
Bingo. No tax on tips, but don't worry because you ain't getting a tip.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get no tip.
I just started it. That's funny. That's funny.
You're not gonna get no overtime. You're gonna be working 160 hours a month, and he's gonna. And they already said that 160
Sorry, I
hours
shouldn't
a
have said
month.
that.
The 160 hours a month, they're gonna work you like a slave for the first
Lord
2
have
weeks.
mercy.
And
Lord
then the
have
last
mercy.
2 weeks, they're gonna be telling you, you know what, you can stay home. We don't need you. So
Lord have mercy.
Hurt your pocket. And then for her sitting up talking about the rent. Now I'm gonna land my plane in just a second. With her sitting up talking about the rent, baby, the price of rent and mortgages were going up long before Joe Biden and Kamala Harris took office. So that was another lie that she was telling. And the price of eggs,
$9.
Yeah, $9. And I'm saying to myself, girl, I go to Costco and I go to Sam's and I even get a case of eggs when during the holiday seasons because I do a lot of baking. I've never in my life spent $9 on a dozen of eggs.
I never did.
Cage-free and range-free eggs.
I've never done it.
The problem is people like her are delusional. You broke as a joke, and you always want to run out here and live beyond your means, talking about $9. Baby, here in Missouri, organic eggs don't even cost $9 a dozen. So she could take that mess on somewhere. But no, honestly, I think some of them, they're going to be in for a rude awakening, as in the words of Joaquin Phoenix on The Joker. You're going to get what you effing deserve.
Amen.
You're going to get what you effing deserve.
And I'm getting out the way. I'm with you on that. I'm getting out the way. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad.
I don't either.
But, outside of that, I will still try to reach those who want to be reached, all right? And I appreciate you. Cole as the days, all right? I appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, show Cole as the days a round of applause, all right?
All right, love you, Zeus.
I love you too, and thank you for getting out here. And at least, facing the music with me. I appreciate it, all right?
All right. Have a good weekend.
You too. All right. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I see a lot of love being poured into this live today. And it's amazing. Hold on. I wanted to check in with my good friend G-Man, and then I'm going back to MAGA. All right, G-Man, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing fine. Let me turn on show people.
Shout out to G-Man. It's nice to see you, bro. I mean, I love it when we still can be strong and show up for battle. I really do appreciate seeing you. All right.
Yeah, I just off for the work week now. To the fellow Latino male, you pissed me off. nearly 60%, nearly 60 of you vote somebody doesn't give a F about you. Really don't. Really don't. Why? Because you don't like us besides she's a female, another person of color. I mean, machismo bull crap and all this. I understand certain, like in Florida, the language barrier is just, kind of weak. They listen to that white ring Spanish station.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
That's part of it, but still no excuse. I live in Georgia. I got some field Puerto Ricans that vote against the interest. They know about my reputation. I just like Trump, stay straightforward, raw, to the point. Only difference.
Thank you, Sue.
Receipts. I'm told them, yes, we U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because you're Puerto Rican like myself or any other nationality. They generalize these Billy Balls and Becky. That's what I call them. Two B's, Billy Balls and Becky. They generalize us like we're here undocumented. And Georgia and Texas had the laws that easily profile us, believe it or not.
Yep. They know. Is it that they don't know it, G-Man, or do they think that it doesn't infect them? Oh, Sue. Wow, Sue. Wow, I never saw that, and it scared me, Sue. That scared me, seriously. I was like, what is that?
The language barrier, but it's no excuse. Even somebody could translate both English to Spanish.
Yeah.
Tell them what the get-go, and they know I had a reputation. Tell them like it is.
Yeah, you do.
How many times they just like to receive golden showers all the time? Continue the Trump dude, R. Kelly song to be. I mean,
I know that song. Cut it out, G-Man. You're sending me back to my old ways when you start bringing up that kind of music. All right, that little bump and grind. All right, and they know what I'm talking about. And that's what makes these people hypocrites. They know they listen to that stuff. They know they go in there and they turn up. And then they end up making bad decisions, and then they end up needing help. They know this.
Yeah. That white T suburban women, some African American brother, because they're like VP Harris, while she was the DA, the California constable. I try to explain show them at work. I mean, someone here, but it can't go through to this heads. I said,
boy. Yeah.
I was kind of worried about
you couldn't get through. You couldn't get through to them.
I can't get through them, but since what happened, and I had some people, Trump supporters, oh man, since Trump the stocks went up over 1,000, I said, dude, these rich men don't give a F about your country backward Alpha Sierra. They be quiet, G-Man. I told like the truth, they don't. They don't. But you vote against the interest. But people wait for 2 years. Stay with your current invest.
Rick C. W. Rick C. Thank you, Rick. But G-Man, let's be honest. Are we going to give up on our values?
No. I don't.
Absolutely. Heck no.
I don't. And I'm not crying about it. But I just more concerned. See, Jesus, I always say Jesus must be, Jesus, the English version, might be forgiving, but his cousin Kama is a bitch. When people that vote against the interest, I don't want to hear you moan and groaning what the policy is going to affect you. I'm telling you, from veterans for Trump, Latinos for Trump, anybody that vote against the interest, I don't want you running across. Oh, gee, man, glad you don't see me in person because you said you want to cry, and I'm gonna chew your butt out.
Yeah,
that's all I had enough to say. But anyway, we hang on his 4 years. We got hanging on it to the next term, midterms. People.
Midterms, we got it. We got to do better at midterms. At the end of the day, that's why I didn't stop. I said, okay, we lost, but midterms, we're going to wipe some smiles off some faces, but we're going to do it in a better way, all right? Because the way we were going about trying to do it clearly didn't work, all right? So we're going to do it, and we're going to get back to getting the agenda that we deserve, all right?
That lady said about her eggs and stuff. Or
$9 eggs. That's what I heard.
But you always tell people, that's your local area. Don't complain to the federal government local area, all the stuff. It reminded me back when both Jimmy Carter and Reagan went to the South Bronx with the urban decay. Oh, yeah, I was a youngster doing that.
Yeah.
You had to bring the local government before the federal. Just saying, long story short, because she needs to educate herself a little bit more.
And that's the hope. That's the hope. So that's why I'm happy. You know, folks like you're still continuing to come on and help educate these people, because that's ultimately what'll help drive, I think, the votes in the way that we need them to be.
People don't know me. I'm independent. I had leaning to the left because I had empathy besides myself. I voted. It's not for me, selfish. I worry about other Americans, women,
Me too.
people with different sexual orientation than me, and so on. You know,
Yeah.
treat those like you'll be. This old school says, treat those like you'll be treated, right?
Yep.
But you saw what happened.
Yep, but we can only, again, we did our part, and now it's time to kind of, let things play out. And again, I like what you just said, right? We're not just voting for ourselves. We're actually voting for what we believe is the right thing, all right? Which would help make this country a better country for everyone. That's a good point.
Before these machismo Latino men, right? You got daughters, nieces.
Linda, thank you.
Moms, your auntie, your moms, any female that you would care for. If something happened to them, they have to go to flee to another state. Or, matter of fact, there might be an AB ban federally. Then what?
They're going to find out. They're going to have to find out. I mean, again, I think we did our job warning people, but if people don't take heed to the warning, then yeah, we just kind of got to go, well, we're going to step out of the way and, let you find out. I mean, and, I can't go there emotionally, but I understand.
Jules, I don't want to be the conspiracy person, but don't be surprised Trump in the circle might flip him out, kick him out around the curve. It doesn't matter the time with his his old age, his dementia, and all that stuff. Don't be surprised that might happen.
Won't be.
That's my opinion. Take it for educational purpose only. I don't want to start no rumor and all that.
Yeah.
And shout out to Twilight, Swerving, True Weekend, Ange, Wakanda, everybody. Thank you.
Straight facts, all of you. Yes,
facts.
all of them.
Thank you for giving the information.
Union Gang. Yes.
Union Gang. Thank you for your support and the information that gets hard. A blue collar worker.
Yeah.
Knowledge education. So thank you for your time. So I know you got to go.
All right.
I respect that. And everybody, don't let this thing bother you. Stay strong. Stay passionate.
And Shay too. Yes, Shay too. Everyone. All right. Well, listen, brother G-Man, I appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to G-Man. I wouldn't be here without standing on a lot of those people's shoulders. All right. I've been learning a lot as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, G-Man, W. Sue in the chat. All right. So we've done that. Let's get into the chat. Let's talk. If you're a Trump supporter, Creative Ink Studios, ladies and gentlemen, shout them out. I still got to get back to you, bro. I need one of your shirts, Creative Ink Studios. I need one of those shirts, all right, because it would really just take my swag to another level, all right? All right, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right, let's go. All right, who do I want to talk to next? All right. Oh my goodness, Constance, I see you. Okay, I see a couple of you that I've spoken with before. Don't worry, Zeus will talk to you. I'll get those gas prices. I'll get those eggs lowered, all right? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, all right, and you want to come up here and talk to Big Zeus, all right? Oh my goodness, how did that pop up? Thank you so much. How did that pop up? Okay, good. Someone says, let's celebrate to end of woke. I'm Frenchie, but hey, IG, let's celebrate end of woke. Let's see. I can't bring you up. Where are the ones at? Oh my goodness. I see a lot of ones, okay, but I'm trying to just grab the ones that says, I think my app is tripping. Twilight Goddess, shout out. Okay, all right. Southern Belle Lady. All right, come on up here if you don't mind. Good morning, Southern Belle Lady. How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm all right. What part of the country are you in?
I'm in Alabama.
Alabama, all right. What brings you to the show? I mean, you voted for Donald Trump, huh?
Yes, you and I have talked before.
Huh?
I said you and I have talked before.
Oh, so you've been in the Lake of Fire.
Yes, I have.
So you're back out of the Lake of Fire. How do you feel? Do you feel like you've learned something from Zeus?
Well,
and his friends and all the people who came up here. Have you learned anything about what our plight is? What really is driving this movement?
You're talking about the movement, the Democrat movement,
Yeah, why we wanted Kamala Harris.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to discount your feelings at all. And I truly mean that sincerely from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, because I've been taking quite the beating,
I know you have, and I, I contributed to that somewhat on my comments, but truly, I know where you guys are at because we've lived it for the past 4 years. And my thing is this: we're all individuals, we're all human, we all have our opinions, we all are a product of our upbringing and our thoughts and focus and what we want for ourselves, our family, and our country. And we're not all the same. And it doesn't mean that
we're
I'm right.
diverse.
Yes, that's it. And that doesn't mean that I'm right and you're wrong. It just simply means we are diverse. And
is being diverse good?
I think so. I think so. And my thing is, I'm just so tired of the hate between all of us. And it's not just the Dems, it's the Republicans too. I mean, it's both ways. It truly is. And, I guess at the end of the day, I just wish we all could just say, look, we're in this boat together. None of us are going to get out of this world alive. And, hate's not going to solve any problem at all.
But Southern, we're having to me, I would have preferred to have this conversation before the election, right? Because I think this is more of an authentic conversation. But it's still, the question remains at least on my mind. I'm just like, that sounds so good. That sounds so great. But I just didn't get that from the person you voted for. And maybe why didn't I get that from the person that you voted for?
Well, and that's a good question, Zeus, and I'm trying to be sincere. So I truly hope that you will take it this way, and I'm saying this in love. Truly, I am. And I'm going to try to be quick here because I know there's others that want to talk with you. But I just, I wanted to say, first of all, when Trump was on Celebrity Apprentice and all that kind of stuff, I did not like him at all. I thought he was obnoxious, arrogant, you name it. I thought that's what he was.
You thought he was a terrible person?
I did. I truly did.
On The Apprentice. Got it.
On The Apprentice. Anything that I knew about Trump, I thought he was arrogant. I really did. He would not have been, now I'm an old lady, but I'm just saying he would not have ran in my circle of friends.
Right.
but
some people are saying he still is. I'm reading the comments as you talk. Don't worry.
Well,
I'm just throwing that out there.
Well,
thank you, audience. Thank you for pointing that out.
And you know what? And he does have characteristics of being like a narcissistic and arrogant. I'm not saying that he does not. He is not perfect by any means, and I have never said that he was.
Right.
But what Trump brought to the table was things, and I'm being sincere. Nobody has to agree with me. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, I haven't interrupted you, really, have I? I'm just
No, and I'm not saying you. I'm just wondering. You asked me what it was about Trump, and I'm trying to
dark IT lady. Thank you. Yeah.
Trump, when he ran back in 2016, I laughed when I heard he was running. Now, again, keep in mind, I didn't like him, nothing about him. But and let me back up a little bit. I was a Democrat for years when I started my voting.
Got it. So you voted for Obama?
Well, no. Let me back up a little more. I actually voted Democrat up until Reagan. That's when yeah. And I have to tell you, really, if I had to say, even now, I'd probably more describe myself as an independent.
I think I'm tracking where you're leading me, but I'm not quite sure what the point you're making is.
Okay, and I'll make it quick.
It sounds like Trump is not necessarily morally a great person.
Well, right. Okay, let me say this. I don't vote for the person. I never have voted for the person.
Got it.
I have always voted for what they were bringing to the platform, what was going to benefit me, my family, and my country. And because there's characteristics of all of our leaders that none of us can say that they're perfect.
Correct.
So if I'm looking strictly at a character, and that's going to be what I base my vote on.
Yeah.
there would be nobody I would vote for.
Right. But what did he bring to you, your family, and your community? What did he?
Okay, right. So when he ran back in 2016, he and keeping in mind that I thought, okay, he's a clown, but he brought to the table
Oh, Lord,
things
thank you.
like it gave me hope because I had gone through so many other
But
politicians.
Southern, you know what you're doing. Every time I'm getting right there where I'm like, she's about to give me the answer, you turn around and you go somewhere else. You can say it. Just
Well,
say it. What did
I'm
he give
sorry. I'm
you?
trying. I
I
am
know you're
trying.
nervous. I know you're nervous, but
Well,
just.
no, actually, I'm not. I ramble. I just talk. But
Oh,
anyway,
okay. What did he give you and your family and your community? Like, what did he give you? Because it wasn't the character. I got that, and it's
okay,
very clear. You're clear on it's not it's about his character. What did he give you?
okay. He gave me the ideology that he was not in it for the money. He was not because Trump didn't have to bring. He didn't have to get paid
W
for what he
nurse.
did, and he did not have to give up what he gave up to run for the
Thank you,
president of the United
Sue.
States.
So the ideology. Let me make sure I'm repeating this correct. His belief that he was doing this not for the money that won you over.
That was part of it.
Oh, there's something else.
Well, it was in the fact that he was not a politician. He
Oh,
didn't he didn't need the money. He was not a career politician. And at that time, knowing how I felt about him, I thought, okay, let me listen to him and see what he's going to
got
do.
it.
And
And
that's
that
what got me going. That's what got me listening to him.
got it. Got it. Okay, I can understand. That's like the bait on that's like the bait on the fishing line, right?
Yeah, if you
And
want
that
to
and
call
you're
it that.
saying
Yeah.
so you were looking for somebody that wasn't a politician and wasn't in it for the money, and he convinced you that he was the person to fit that description, right?
Yes. Yes.
And then he became president, from what I understand. And we also see that during his presidency, whether you want to believe it or not, he was making a lot of money, right?
Well, they do make money.
Yeah. It's
When you're in a political position,
right. So now, but
you
that just
make
kind
money.
of, but then that means now you kind of have to say that he was kind of in it for the money then at that point.
Well, I mean, if that's what you want to say, but the fact is, in the 4 years he was in office, he brought to the table exactly what I was hoping he was going to do.
Which is, and we don't got much more time, but what so you're getting me where I need to be.
Hmm.
So he got you in, he reeled you in on that, that image that he was not into politics and he was not doing it for the money. But
Right.
eventually it came out he was doing it a little bit for the money, but he also gave you something else. And that part is what I don't know.
Well, that is now. I'm just telling you what it was for my family and my friends that support Trump.
That's what we need to hear.
I had money in my pocket. I had money in my bank account. I had money in my 401k.
Got it.
We were not in endless wars. We did not support endless wars. And our border, you've got now, people can laugh, and that's okay. But every country has border laws. You've got some countries, you try to cross over illegally, you end up in a work camp.
Got it.
And so,
So
people have different
in a way,
ideas.
I think I get it. He was protecting the things you cared about the most.
Exactly. That is exactly it. And I get my things that I care about may not be the things you care about.
Correct.
But I'm just saying,
So
um,
how do you deal with that, right? Right? Like, okay, the things that you hold near and dear to be, true might not necessarily align with the things I care about, especially things that might be actually causing me a lot of harm. Is it
well,
possible for you to give up anything on your plate?
I recognize that. I do recognize that. But see, that in is what you have here in the United States of America with the system that we have. That is the rights that we have to vote for the people that we want to vote for. And it may not be somebody you agree with. But you see, we went through this past 4 years with Biden. You know this well.
But let's
And
be honest, President Biden, he did a pretty good job, though. When you be honest, could you at least say he walked in, we didn't get a real good peaceful transfer of power. We don't want to get into why, right? But they had to get us out of a bad situation and kind of get things up going again to at least where they're at now. I mean, outside looking in, I can always say it looks easier said than done when you go, I could have done a better job. But we're pretty much on the upswing in terms of recovering from the pandemic, right?
yes, I mean, yes.
That's all
Now,
I want. That's all I want is let's not pretend like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris administration didn't inherit a situation that the entire world had to face. And actually if you look at it, we walk away going, "Oh, well, I spent a little more than I would have liked to." But that's the
well,
least of the issue.
with
Huh?
all due respect, Zeus, Trump's economy was good. It was good. And I'm sorry, I have to disagree with you on that because when Biden took over, now granted, COVID was here. We all know that.
Mm.
And, what president
Well, I
came
know there's
into
a lot of
office,
people who will push back on that in terms of why the Trump economy was good, but again, I understand that's your opinion, all
right,
right? And
right.
I wanted to also say I think we got to explore what part of the Trump economy you find was great, especially kind of when you know what Obama contributed during his presidency, and then what Trump came in and took and inherited, and then what he contributed all the way to the end of his presidency. I think a fair conversation about those things is warranted at some point, right? But I get it. He's definitely, from what I understand, he's convinced a lot of people that his economy was a great economy.
Well, it was a great economy. There's
Yeah.
no way you can turn your head to that.
W
Uh,
Sue in the
um,
chat. Yeah. But I said there's a lot of us who kind of think there's more nuance to it than just it was his economy. Like I said, I threw in Obama. And even right now, there's numbers out here that show Biden's economy is actually doing really good as well.
and
But
can I speak to that?
I
Can I
do
speak to that?
understand that people in like regular life that don't understand how to read data and statistics and stuff like that, explaining that to them, I understand there's a disconnect. All
Well,
right.
and can I just speak on one thing about the economy with Biden?
F Trump, thank you so much. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Oh yes, one more thing, and then I'm going to move on to our next guest. All right, you've been very respectful this time. All right, I remember you,
Okay,
but
so
and this has been a lot more me not bashing you and doing what we do.
right.
Wow, F Trump, thank you so much. Wow, you guys are so kind. Okay, what were you going to say?
Um, Speaking to the economy, and I know you brought up Obama. Now, I've not said anything about Obama, and I had no issues. It was what it was. But the thing that I don't understand, and what shared with you, I've shared from my heart. You may not
Yes,
agree, and that's okay.
yes.
But if we're going to use the economy of the previous presidents, then you have to recognize that Trump's economy was good because I've heard nothing but Obama's economy was good, and what Trump got was inherited from Obama. Now
But
that
But
and
then
now
if you do that, then you would have to say this economy was inherited from Trump, and if this economy
well,
is bad, then you would have
I
to blame Trump.
that's my point. I have not
Oh,
said that. It is the Democrats who have tried to use that.
Tiffany for the
Um,
people, thank you so much.
that is the Democrats' theory that Trump inherited a good economy from Obama,
Mm-hmm.
and that Biden inherited a bad economy from Trump. Well, what my point is, as a Trump supporter,
Happy Friday, F Trump. Thank you. Yes, please hurry up. We only got a couple more minutes, or one
okay,
more
as
minute,
a
really.
Trump
One more.
supporter, I'm just saying life was good for 4 years
Got it.
because I had money. I could take my family out to eat. I could
Got
afford
it.
groceries. I could pay bills, and we weren't in supporting endless wars.
Okay. All right. All
That's it.
right. Thank you, Southern Belle Lady. All right. Thank you. I'm pretty sure the next guest I bring up, they're not going to have that opinion. All right. But, what you said is definitely stuff I will be reflecting on personally, because what it means to me is how can I get the truth out about the economy? And I personally think this is just another me. I think Russia did a lot of did a great job pushing dis and misinformation into this country to get a lot of people confused at the ground level about why things weren't adding up. They did a great job doing that. And I think that's also worth considering. All right.
Okay, well, you have a good day, Zeus.
All right. All right. You too. All right. All right. That's Southern Belle Lady. That was a civil conversation, and no one went into the lake of fire. No community guideline violations, and that's what I am looking for. All right, all right, all right. Let's go. All right, I got to talk to you. You've been mighty generous to Zeus. F Trump. I can't say it on TikTok. I got to keep it clean. How are you doing,
Zeus, this is Devin.
Devin? Oh, okay. This is a different account. You changed your
Yes,
name. Oh my.
Devin, my boyfriend put that on there, Zeus. 72 hours. I cannot take this off, and I'm government.
Lord have mercy. I
Hello,
might.
everybody down there. I'm a
Hey.
Republican, and I'm also voted for Harris
Okay. Okay.
over my party. And let me explain something to y'all. Donald Trump is receiving a good economy under Joe Biden and Harris administration, just like he did with Obama. I voted for Donald Trump in 2016 when I was deployed. The reason I voted for Trump because I didn't care for Hillary with the Russian scandal. And this is the
Right.
truth. As the third year in, I started seeing the debt ceiling go up. And then I start seeing people that had assistance with housing and food assistance
Yeah.
and low people getting the help they needed here in the United States. Yes, we have helped other people in other countries. That's more to explain to you.
Yeah.
We have froze Russia's access of last week. We are now using that money
Thank you, Rick.
for Ukraine.
Yes.
If Donald Trump gets in right now, the partisanship in them are thinking of not letting the United States back into NATO because of the threats of Donald Trump being involved with Russia.
W. Sue. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get this straight. Trump will tear this up again. He is not putting any educational people in place, and there's more to come. Jeffrey and King Jeffries, and I'm in
Hakeem.
D.C. right
Yeah.
now. We are controlling the Border Patrol. Once he does that, guys, it's going to cost the taxpayers more money. It's going to make me work longer hours.
Lord have
He's
mercy.
not going to really hire anybody, and he's going to deport y'all if y'all voted for him. No matter who you are, you're being deported. We already been told.
Did
So
you?
you know what?
Oh.
Y'all voted for him, and I'm disappointed in the Democrat white tea people. You didn't do your share. It took the African American women to stand up like they always do for y'all. Y'all need to get off your butts and start working for what we need for this country instead of depending on them first, because they're the ones with the backbones that built this country. Remember that. So
Yeah.
Zeus, that's all I got
But
to
but
say.
okay.
And by
But
the way, guys, I lost my daughter. I lost my
oh,
daughter because of this.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Devin Neutral. I'm so sorry.
Live video on TikTok. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Because he wants to take the cancer patients. He don't want to give them the medicine. God forbid us all what y'all done. It's the white tea people. I'm disappointed in you. And you know what? When he gets in, you'll get what you get. Because when tariffs goes up 20%, you think you're paying taxes now? You're going to be paying worse. That's going to cost you $25 for a meal. Okay? I'm government. I'm the highest it can get. I'm retiring because I am not working on the Trump administration. I'm sorry, Sue. Thank you.
No. Listen. I open up the platform because you're ultimately an American, and you have a voice, and your voice needs to be heard. All right,
Guys, I want y'all to know the truth. My adopted daughter, was biracial. I adopt children. I'm a catless woman. I served the country for 15 years. Him storming the Capitol was an insult. Him going to our burial site of my sisters and brothers that fought for this world to take a Photoshop. Him coming down to North Carolina when we were down there at FEMA, when militia groups being threatened. We are being threatened on here phones. We are being threatened in our schools. We are bringing kids now from red states down here to Virginia
Yeah.
to get them in to help. We're doing everything. Seuss, if you know anybody, Virginia is a blue state. We do have AB. We have safe spaces for you.
Okay.
All y'all have to do is get hold of Seuss. I'll give Seuss my number. We have a movement going here on TikTok amongst a lot of creators.
Good.
Seuss, you're invited to a live on Saturday night. We're going to have FBI guy.
Okay, send me an invite if you don't mind.
I will, and let me tell y'all, all welcome in, but you're going to have to be careful what you say. FBI will be there. We are also going to have Michael Coyne there.
All right.
You know Parker and Harry?
Yeah, I know of them.
They're going to be there, and Kay and me.
Okay.
So y'all are all welcome in. But
send the invite.
Come in and say things right, because they're going to be monitoring. Because FBI wants y'all to know that TikTok is being monitored. If y'all do not get your IDs, passports loaded before January 1st, you will lose TikTok.
Lord have mercy.
Sell it.
Wow. Well, listen, I appreciate the update.
This man here has been a friend of mine. He knew about my daughter, guys. He didn't tell nobody. Seuss, thank you for your support.
You're absolutely welcome.
It broke my heart that she had to do it. She did it when I wasn't home, Seuss. She did it on TikTok.
Lord have mercy.
And they got the video from 5 people that thought it was funny. They thought it was fake.
This is not right.
Guys, y'all don't know what y'all are doing. Y'all hear me? Stop.
I hear you.
Stop.
I hear you. Now,
stop the hate.
My friend, Evan, Nutty, you know who Nutty is? Nutty Professor?
Y'all know what's happened. I lost somebody I cared about. I lost a girl.
I'm so sorry.
I lost a little girl I adopted who had been abused with 3 homes. Biracial. She had cancer. She didn't have much longer to live. What have y'all done?
I'm so sorry.
What did y'all do? Y'all could have voted right. Why, y'all had to have your freedom because you want your pew-pew and y'all want to be your white supremacists. I'm disappointed in you white tea people. I'm so disappointed in you. Sorry, host.
It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna.
And people out there, if y'all need to come to Virginia for a safe haven, please contact Seuss. I'll help you. We'll get you there. We'll get what you need. Because I tell you what, Harris won Virginia 100%. And Glenn Youngkin tried his best to stop it, and it didn't happen. So we're a good place.
I hear you. Well, Devin, do you know who Nutty is? Because he said he wanted to talk to you. I'll bring him up if you don't mind.
Okay.
All right. He said he wanted to check and talk with you if you don't mind.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Nutty, how you doing, bro?
Wow, Devin Nudo. Listen, I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
I adopted this child.
Zeus, this is why.
I adopted this baby.
Zeus,
she went through 5 homes. She was essayed by a white man. She was 10 years old, guys. I'm a foster parent. I have another young boy here that's 27, that's artistic. I've had him since he was 14. He's doing fine. But please stop. Here in Virginia, they caught a 13-year-old, and Google it. He had a pew-pew in school in Chesapeake. They caught him yesterday, and thank God we saved lives. Please read things that are real facts and not lies. What they're telling you is wrong. Project 2025 is going to hurt the whole world. It's going to benefit the rich. It's going to hurt the middle class. And you white tea people that think you're better than the lower class, you're wrong. Y'all are going to cry, and you're going to see what you did wrong. I'm disappointed in my race. I'm disappointed. And I appreciate the African American women stood up. They stood up for us several times, and I got their back 100%. I will do anything for my brothers and sisters because that's what we are as one.
Yep. Wow. Wow. Well, listen, Devin Nudo, thank you for being strong enough to share that with all of us. Definitely, it's a reality check,
It needs
right?
to be shared everywhere.
It's a reality check that there are consequences for things like this, right? Especially when you're talking about policies and things that have a direct impact. All right. Now you're gonna be strong. All right. You got to be strong for us. All right. And I'm gonna need you to continue to support us as we continue to get this
Rose,
message.
I know you got me. You got my back.
Yeah, but not just me. There's a lot of love here.
Hello, guys.
Yeah, we all got you. We all got you,
Please,
and
please watch y'all's children on this TikTok.
got it.
Because there's some bad people in here.
There sure are. There sure are. But they're also, you know what? But we can't always focus on the bad. I think there's good folks out here as well, like
I
you.
see you've got a good live here.
Yeah, and
I appreciate all the love.
yeah, and we
And
all
sir,
appreciate you.
Please, y'all, if y'all need a safe haven, please, Susan, we got y'all. Girls, we
Okay.
got y'all. I
Got
got y'all. No matter my sisters, white, Chinese, or African American, we got you.
Got it. You're totally right. We got you.
Yeah. And the man below me, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're good. We'll talk another time. We'll talk another time because I want you to absolutely hear.
And
what
I'm sorry about the name. My
No, don't be sorry for anything, ma'am. Don't be sorry for anything. You have nothing to be sorry for.
I didn't put that on there. I apologize.
It's okay. We understand. We'll work with it. All right. I know where your heart is. I know where your heart is. All right. We know where your heart is, and we got your back 100%. You got me?
I want you to know that I love all of you, no matter who you are, Republican, Democrat, or Trump supporters. We're all one. We got to overcome this, or our country is going to be gone.
Okay. You're not lying. You're not lying at all. Right.
There's a war. They want to flatten Ukraine.
Mm.
They want to flatten Ukraine,
Yeah.
and they want to hit Poland. And now NATO don't want Trump in there. Listen to the pardon. Why don't y'all follow the pardonship in Scotland and in the UK?
Yeah.
They don't want nothing to do with him. I've got the videos. Please read and go look. It's the truth.
I hear you. I hear you. Now, we're almost wrapping it up. All right, my good friend Devin.
And guess what, guys? Aki and Jeffrey, and they got something up their sleeves. So sit back and watch what happens.
All right. Look at that. Big Mill sent you a lot of love. Let's W Big Mill in the chat and W Devin. All right, Devin. Now, we're going to keep up the good fight, all right? And I'm going to finish it up by having a couple more convos, all right? I'm going to talk to Nutty and then maybe another person, all right? But we're going to keep the message going, all right, my good friend?
That's funny. That's a cute name, Nutty.
Don't get too close to it though, Devin. Don't worry. You can just stick to the cute being Zeus. All right. All right. Yeah, because you can't give Nutty too much cuteness. You got to give it all to me. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. W's in the chat for Devin Nuto. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. W's in the chat for Devin Nuto. Thank you, Devin. You are amazing. You are truly a refreshing spirit. All right, keep it up. All right, Nutty. Good morning. How are you doing, brother?
Hey, Zeus. Good morning. First of all, thank you for letting her speak. Thank you for letting her speak because we know that you're on a time crunch.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting her speak because she needed to get it out, especially in a space where she felt comfortable.
Yep.
So thank you for letting her speak.
Yep. You're welcome. And it's not. Yeah. That's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You meet people where they're at.
If you notice, you brought me up because I wanted to speak with her.
Yeah.
If you notice, I I stayed silent because she needed to speak.
Yeah.
So what I want to say to you, Zeus, and
W. Devin, thank you so much.
listening to Devin Nudo, she just saved he just saved my anger and my vitriol for a Southern lady who was just in the box prior to her.
Talk about it. I understand. Yeah, it's a gut punch.
You just saved her, ma'am. You just saved her.
Wow.
Because I
Thank you,
was
Devin.
going to eat her alive, but Zeus he doesn't want any community violations, and I don't either. So therefore, I'm gonna say this, Zeus, to Southern Belle lady, you're a liar. You're a POS, and the truth is not in you. There's a couple things that she said. She said that under Donald Trump, we were not paying for endless wars. You are a damn lie. We were still in Afghanistan. It was Joe Biden that got us out of Afghanistan. We were in the longest war this country has ever seen in the history of the United States of America. You POS.
Well, I mean, can we keep it a little more upscale?
No, we can't because she's a liar. She said these things. She said we were not in endless wars. She said she had money in her pockets. Guess what, Zeus? The witch, because that's not the word I want to use, the witch has money in her pockets right now. The witch can take her family out to dinner right now. The same witch can take her family on vacation right now. Notice one thing she didn't say. She didn't say that she was struggling under Joe Biden.
Sue, thank you.
She said she had money in her pockets. She didn't even say she had more money in her pockets. I need y'all to listen to what these people say. The fact is, she knew exactly where you were going with the conversation. She knew exactly where you were going. And the fact is, on January 20th, this same devil that's going to take the oath of office that mean nothing to him is going to inherit yet another great economy. Whether you want to admit it or not, we are in a great economy. He's going to inherit it yet again. And for 2 years, until 2026, y'all, he's going to have a great economy unless he gets in and he enacts bold things that's going to screw this economy up, like the tariffs that he keeps telling you he wants to add. Y'all don't even understand what a tariff is. Kamala Harris was correct. It is a tax on us. Because if a manufacturer has to pay more for goods and services coming into this country because of a 20% tariff, guess where that's going to get passed down to? It's going to get passed down to the people. Stop being so freaking dumb.
I did hear about that story, Nutty. I heard about that story where I don't know what business it was, but they said basically the CEO let the employees know there's not going to be any bonuses because of the tariffs.
And they had to purchase so much of the company product. Yeah, I heard that as well.
So what's amazing, honestly, Nutty, is this impact is already happening, like right now to people, right? I'm playing, normally I have clips of Trump and, these public figures, but I think what we got to start doing is hearing from the people a lot more about what's happening. Hear it from the people directly. There are people right now who supported and voted for Donald Trump that are already now being directly impacted in a negative way. Whether it's,
Not to mention, after the day after the election.
Wow, Devin Nuto, thank you.
Do y'all know how much money Elon Musk made the day after the election after Trump was announced president?
How much?
$28 billion. Wow.
Devin
the richest man in the world made another $28 billion because of Trump's presidency. She also claimed that Trump didn't need the money. Trump made $10 million, either directly or indirectly, with his businesses and his family that he did not divest from.
Is is any of the money Elon made getting spent, or is it trickling down to any of the Trump supporters? Do you know any reports of that happening?
Zeus, it's not going to happen. Just
Oh,
like they want to claim the falsehood that Donald Trump donated his presidential salary. Y'all, he didn't. Stop.
W2.
He didn't. And let's just say that he did, Zeus.
Yeah.
Can we let's just say that he did. I just told y'all he made over 10 to 12 million dollars while sitting in the White House. The fact is that this man, he charged the American people more money to have
Thank
Secret
you.
Service stay at his golf courses by the tune of $3 million right there that directly benefited him. So what's $450,000 to $3 million?
Nothing.
Can y'all please open your eyes? Those of you like Southern, Zeus, she said it to your face that she did not care about you because you were bringing up the point. Well, what about people like me who have different concerns? And you were speaking of life-changing things, the reason why you didn't vote for Trump. She completely dismissed you. She completely dismissed you because she told you your life did not matter to her because her pocketbook means more than your life. That's
This
exactly
is
what she told you.
this is and I don't necessarily have an answer yet in terms of how to process that, right? But I do believe that she may have been somewhere in all of that. She might be concerned about what I'm dealing with, but it still boils down to taking care of home first, right? And I think that's what I'm gathering from these kind of conversations.
She wasn't so concerned that she couldn't say, you know what, you're right. She was so concerned that she basically in your face told you that your life didn't matter because she was going to make more money under Donald Trump. I'm sorry, Zeus. I can no longer be nice and try to
I mean, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Absolutely. Yeah.
because the next 4 years, and God help us, that we can just get out of this in 4 years.
Well, now, Nutty, I do have a question though. When you're done, I had a serious question.
Yeah.
All right. So, in terms of the electorate, right? We pretty much only got a fixed amount of people, right?
Yeah.
That in terms of, and it's a numbers game. In order to win, you got to have the numbers on your side. I get that. I'm a very simple person. My question is, how do we get more people to want to be Democrat? Support us in our agenda. I'm just curious.
Zeus, you kind of asked me this question after the election.
Oh, okay.
And I honestly, I don't have an answer that I think you'll accept because I think it's a lost.
It's an open platform, honestly. But I think the conversation. Do you think it's a conversation to a certain degree needs to be addressed? Maybe we don't need to answer it online then. But do you think there's something that needs to be addressed?
But the bigger question is that Donald Trump won the presidency on Tuesday by getting 72 million votes. Now let's do some simple. You said you were simple, right? Let's do some simple math.
Very simple person, yeah.
Let's do some simple math. He won the election by getting 72 million votes. Now go back 4 years to the 2020 election.
74.
How many votes did Joe Biden win to become the president? He got 81 plus million votes.
Yeah, I remember.
That means right there we lost 10 million people that just didn't get out and vote. So I think the broader question is, why didn't those people get out to vote? They saw that the campaign that Kamala was running. They saw the people that she was pulling, right?
Yeah.
And they felt that, oh, this is in the bag. Kamala's going to win. Kamala's going to win. And the woman said it out of her own mouth. No, we need you to get out and vote. So it's known statistically that when people vote, when we have a mass amount of people voting, Republicans never win. That's why we have election, the trying to suppress the vote. Because Republicans know that when we have a large turnout, they don't win. So the question is, Zeus, is what is it going to take for us to stop being so damn apathetic?
That's another. Okay, that's what I wanted to get at, Nutty. What is it? I don't know.
It's the apathy. And let's just say the 81 million that gave Joe Biden the White House,
Yeah.
the same 81 million got out and vote. Kamala would be the president. But it still doesn't address the broader question. We have 325 million people in this country. And to get only 150 to 160 million people voting, where's the other 100 million plus? So that's the question that is going to blow our mind. How do we
Yeah.
get those people engaged?
There you go. And you used the word I was waiting, engaged. All right. And I do believe all is not lost in this moment, right? I've been sitting back thinking there's going to be a little bit of comfort in me personally knowing when this thing starts to get out of control, the Democrats won't be the ones they can blame, right?
Zeus, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you go to someone else.
Well, we're already at that time, but go for it.
I'm angry.
Okay.
I'm angry, but here's the deal. I personally and my family, we're gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have the resources to take care of my family, to take care of my daughters.
Yeah.
I have the resources. Other people don't. And you all hear me this passionate because I realize and recognize that not everyone is in the position that I'm sitting in.
Yeah.
To be able to afford to escape the country if I needed to. Not everyone can do that.
Yep.
And this is what I need you all to see. I have so much empathy for others that I'm not thinking about my own pocket. I'm thinking about my brothers and sisters who don't have the resources, who don't have the means, who don't have the support network
Yep.
that I have. I'm thinking about their daughters, their children.
Yeah.
And that's the point, Zeus. The people who voted for Donald Trump, they care nothing about others. They care about themselves.
Alter ego. Thank you.
And that's
Well,
it.
all right.
So,
Well, listen,
Zeus,
Nutty.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Devin Nudo, listen, if you're still in this room, I need you to hear these words and just latch on to them if there's nothing else. It will get better.
Thank you.
The darkest part of night is right before day.
Mm.
And this is your darkest part of night.
Yeah.
And I need everyone to listen to what this woman has said. She lost someone who she loved because of this rhetoric. Stop with the lies, with the vitriol. Stop it. Zeus, thank you, man. God bless you. And I love you, brother.
All right.
And
Love you
I
too.
mean that from the bottom of my heart. I
All
love
right.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving people the platform to
No
speak.
problem. No problem. All right. No problem, bro. As always, it's a pleasure to have you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Nutty Professor a round of applause. No lies detected. We're going to make it through this, ladies and gentlemen. I know feelings and emotions are raw right now, and I'm processing it still on my end. But at the end of the day, I genuinely try to be a positive person because when I go dark, trust me, I go dark, and I don't want to do that. So I say we're going to have to leave this up to those who are really in control. But having these conversations, I do believe they're somewhat for me. They're somewhat for me therapeutic. All right. All right. I got to get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. What an incredible show. You all deserve a round of applause. If I didn't get to you today, it doesn't mean I love you any less. It just means I got to get up out of here. We did a lot of great communicating today. I think this is going to turn into something very positive at the end of the day. And I do believe we might be on the verge of doing something to help attract people to become part of the revived Democrat Party. You know, we got to be able to me, from what I'm gathering, is we got to actually hear what people have to say, especially people who are not on TikTok or maybe so far removed away from what's really happening. We got to be able to hear what they're saying and then help them to understand what it really is. And I do think that will be done through information and education. All right. So again, I want to give all of you a round of applause. Thank you to my subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. All right. Without you, this show wouldn't be what it is. All right. Zeus was out of touch. I'll own that. Maybe I was out of touch. I'll own that. But you know what I am doing? I'm getting in touch. All right. And you just watch. I guarantee you, next time you see Zeus, you're going to go, wow, That guy, he is sharp. He is doing everything. I have nothing else to complain with Zeus about, because guess what? I'm going to take care of that. I'm going to lower your taxes. Don't worry, all right? But I know some of you are still filled with hatred in your spirits and things like that, and you're still Zeus haters. And because you're still Zeus haters, I got to do what I got to do, which is give what you know, you all what you deserve, which is what? A round of booze and shame. Don't be a hater.
Silence, you MAGA.
I mean, come on. We grew up on that, all right? Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I got to get up out of here. But wait a second. Okay, hold on real quick. All right. What do you want? Oh, he left. Okay, great. Okay, listen. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care and stay safe out here in these TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Have a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out of here. I love you all, seriously. Love you too. Tiffany for the people, thank you. Lucy, thank you. Looking so beautiful, by the way. Your Majesty, I'll get you. Don't worry, Your Majesty. You and I got a lot to talk about. Oh, Snuggles. I brought you up, Snuggles, but it disconnected. I was going to send you straight into the lake of fire. Oh, okay. Hold on. You want me to do it? He wants me to send him to the lake of fire. All right, go for it. What do you want, real quick? Hold on. What do you want?
Oh, I just wanted to tell Nutty he was wrong.
Oh, okay. That's enough. That'll get you sent to the lake of fire. That'll get you sent to the. No. That'll get you sent to the lake of fire. See, this is a MAGA demon. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Let's send Snuggles there. Get him out of here. Listen, Snuggles. I don't care if you won. You're still a terrible person. And you belong in the lake of fire. Let's finish up and get up out of here, folks. Easy. That actually felt good sending him there, to be honest. Sorry. It felt good. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I still got the dog in me. The dog hasn't gone anywhere. It's still here. But I got him on a leash, all right? But Snuggles, you better watch yourself. Devin Newton, thank you. Let's go. Zenas, man, I love you all. You guys still love Drill, baby, Drill. WC in the chat. Y'all have a great weekend. Cold as the days, clean, sweet. Heaven. Thank you, brother. Devin Newton, keep up the great work. We all got your back, all right? We're gonna come back hey, it's gonna be a crazy off season. This midterm is gonna be a crazy off season. Yep, I'm just telling you. We got this, all right? Q-Dog, we are still working. F, Trump, and MAGA. Nothing has changed, and we're standing on that, Q-Dog. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta connect the dots, Q-Dog. I am going to be listening to the American people like I've never listened to them before. And I guarantee you, the messaging will be a lot better next time. The messaging will be a lot better. I won't dismiss you this time. Oh, okay. You're paying $9 for some eggs. Give me the name of the store that's charging you $9 for those eggs. I promise you, I'll take care of that. I'll lower your taxes. Red Lady Red, give us the number of that store that's charging $9. We'll take care of that. Your Majesty, what did I not listen to? Yeah, if they're overcharging on the gas, don't worry, we'll take care of that. We'll lower your taxes. Hey, CJ Bluck, we'll take care of that. We'll lower your taxes. We'll drill, baby, drill. Angel, you know you're right? Dolphin, thank you. All right. They want to drill, baby, drill, and I got to get up out of here, seriously. What a Friday it is. All right. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal Lecter, drill, baby, drill, we're going to frack, drill, was a black frack.
Yeah, we're gonna take care of those $9 eggs. All right, Lisa. Red Lady Red, please put the number of that store that's charging you those $9 for those carton of eggs. All right.
Drill, baby, drill, we're gonna frack, frack, frack. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter.
We're gonna drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Let's go.
Drill, baby, drill, we're gonna drill, baby, drill, gonna drill like it's Hannibal Lecter.
Hey.
Drill, baby, drill, we're gonna drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Woo! Insane asylums.
Yeah.
You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter.
Angel,
Okay,
thank
they
you
say,
so much.
Why would he mention Hannibal Lecter?
Why?
You're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylums. You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Drill, 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 baby, drill, gonna frack, frack, frack. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill.
All right, sneaky fingers.
Lower your taxes.
Deep insane asylum. Let's go. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. All right, serious.